2.5 weeks to get yourself ready for the regular season?
Just getting my body back. Um, really just getting in the groove of the game again, and just being able to, attack every day and try to get 1% better.
I was watching. Obviously, the preseason game was what it was, but then to watch kind of like the chirping after the fact. How much of that motivates you kind of coming into preseason? Obviously, you probably won't play in the next one, but then to get ready for the regular season, do you take that with you? Does that carry you through?
Yeah, for sure. Just to hear everybody down talking me because of one play. It's out of 100 plays, you can make one bad one, and then people just gonna judge that one bad play. But you know, all the talking, it don't really matter. I know who I am. I believe the organization know who I am, and we're just going on to trying to win a Super Bowl.
Can you take us through the up and down relationship that you've had with Chase Lucas through the years?
Yeah, Chase. Yeah. So I mean, everybody see the video, that went viral of us, going after each other and at the NFC Championship game. But when I actually met him, it was kind of like he was like one of the coolest guys on the team. So then, like our personalities, we clicked right away. And then it was like more like when he started coming to my house and stuff, and we playing a game and then kind of talking ball. Then I found out like he kind of think like me, so it was just like I looked at him as a unique person, and then we just been tight ever since.
On the field there at the NFC Championship game, did you guys know each other much before that, and what set you guys off?
So the initial us getting into it, it started off in college. It was like some tweets. We was tweeting at each other in college. We never really met each other before. The NFC Championship game was the first time us seeing each other in like 5 years. Like so, it was just like once we seen each other, it was like, hey, I remember what you said. Like it was something like that. You know, but then we began to be cool, and that's like one of my best friends.
You found out that he was coming to your team. What did you think before you met him?
When he came, I called Coach Hart, and I was like, why we sign him? Like I was like, why, yeah, why y'all do that? Like, that's this the dude that I was beefing with in the NFC Championship game. And then so just seeing him in the room, like we didn't talk like for the first couple, I wouldn't say the first couple weeks. Like we was just like kind of like side eyeing each other, like, like who gonna say something first. So then we was running off the field one time. This is like the first time we had actually had a conversation. He was running off the field and we slapped gloves. Then we kind of looked at each other like, all right. And then we got cool after that.
Glad to see Rodardo back today. He looked like he was back.
Oh yeah, I love to see him back. He gonna be one of the best premier corners in this league. He gonna be very elite, and I can't wait to see him flourish.
How do you feel about moving outside full time?
It feels it's different, because it's nickel. I'm always in the fire. It kind of fit my personality being that nickel, but for what's best for the team is me to move outside, and that's the new challenge that I got to accomplish.
Coach Shanahan was saying that he thought the vibe was different. There was much better energy than it was a year ago at training camp, and I'm just wondering what your opinion is.
Oh, I agree, definitely. It was more emotion, more passion, from the team. Just everybody flying around and feel like everybody has an objective.
He kind of alluded to it being a Super Bowl hangover last year, that there was still this kind of malaise or cloud over you guys, maybe a little bit. Do you agree with that?
I wouldn't say Super Bowl hangover. I would just say we had a lot of young guys filling in, learning themselves, getting their feet wet.
Kind of follow up on Matt's question about you and Chase and your growing relationship. Obviously, he spoke about you the first preseason game, saying that he's learned a lot from you. You're his little big brother or big little brother, one of the two. To just see him make the plays that he's made so far this preseason. Interested to know like how much of that was you and him spending time together, kind of going over the playbook and trying to learn and trying to help him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after practice, well, actually, every day we hang with each other every day. So like when he go special teams meeting, I'll be in the locker room. Then he comes out, we link up, we talk. I mean, we talk about almost everything, you know, life, football included. Just seeing him make them plays, you know, it was just like I was happy for him because we all been counted out before, and I was in his position before, and I would like if I had a person like me in my ear, I would be happy for them too. Like you know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the rookie Robinson from BYU?
Oh, Jacob. Oh yeah, he's gonna be a very good corner. You know, when he pick up his confidence get there like all the way there because he's a rookie coming in. He's still trying to learn the game and still trying to, all he looking at it as is just him doing his assignment right now. So when he actually slow the game down for him, he's gonna be elite.
You've talked a lot this offseason about stepping into a larger leadership role. And now we're almost through camp here. How has that manifested? How often do you find yourself maybe taking initiative to show a young guy something, and how much do you find them coming to you to ask?
Oh yeah, I feel like I took initiative. I feel like I took a step in that leadership role. With guys coming to me and me just talking to them and just talking game with them, just being that shoulder, that they can lean on and just always being there for them.
How much is that urgency kind of ramped up for you just because there are so many young guys, particularly on the defense?
A lot. With just I try to have an answer for them, any way I can, but most of them, they kind of like after the first couple of weeks, after those type of questions, with just being in a new defense, they were more like because we got a lot of smart young guys, so they take a lot of time, with them just looking at the playbook and just making sure they're on top of everything.
You didn't
A couple more.
get a lot of opportunities to go against Ricky Pearsall last summer. What do you see from him this summer, and what things is he good at? What do you have to kind of watch when he's on the field?
Just his fluidness. Like he's very fluid. He's a fluid receiver. I feel like his release package just got way better, and just the want to, you see the hunger in his eyes.
Anything else? All right.
Appreciate it.
Teams feel on Saturday.
Felt real good. There was a lot of emotions pregame and even afterwards. I was telling everybody I felt like I blacked out mentally for like 30 seconds because I was so excited. But it was a cool moment for me for sure.
Describe that road to get back on the field.
Yeah, I mean, long, obviously, but it was pretty difficult. Anyone who's gone through it knows what it's like to spend 9 months, 10 months away from the team and just, rehabbing with, at times what feels like no light at the end of the tunnel. But I was really fortunate to have a lot of support, both from the team and the training and strength staff. So, again, I'm happy to be on the other side of it now. I'm back with the team, back practicing, but it was definitely a very long and difficult journey.
You were having an amazing camp last year when you got hurt. How do you feel? Do you feel like you're 100% back to where you were?
Yeah, I think obviously there's a lot of rust to knock off. Not playing football for 9.5 months will do that to you a little bit. But I was around meetings, all OTAs, and kind of just sitting in the back taking mental reps during OTAs and all that stuff. So I tried to stay as sharp as I could. There's certain things, like I said, that you won't get unless you get the real reps. So we're working through stuff like that right now. But I mean, I feel really good on teams and on defense, but still got a ways to go and stuff to work on for sure.
You were on the fringe of getting called up that week when you went down on the punt coverage, just non-contact injury. Is it just a little surreal? Does that like go through your head of like why now of all times, right when I'm about to come up?
Yeah, I think sometimes in life there's just certain things that you can't make up. It was really unfortunate. It's unfortunate regardless to go down with an injury like that. But it did hurt. A lot of you guys are familiar with my journey here, so it was a surreal moment to find that out. But then to have it, be taken away that soon was obviously not fun. But I mean, like I said, I'm blessed to be back in this position, so I'm just looking forward to being able to work towards that again.
How much you can speak to this, but Kyle Shanahan said that the vibes are better, or they've been saying it all season, going into training camp, that the vibes are better this training camp. But just your comparison between what training camp was like last season compared to what you've been able to kind of witness and be a part of this season, and how much of that affects the start of the season?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think it definitely does affect the start of the season to have good morale and good vibes going into it. Being able to go into the first week with, high team morale allows you to attack it in a different way. And I think last year, I think it was probably a mixture of a lot of things, probably mostly fatigue, both mentally and physically, coming off a long season. But it feels great. I feel like a lot of people have really good energy, and I feel like a lot of people are attacking this the right way, both from a veteran side, leader side, and also from a young guys. We have a really good rookie class and a lot of good second and third year guys who are very hungry to make this team and really make an impact. So I think good vibes is definitely a good way to describe it for sure.
You're going through all the ups and downs as you talked about with the rehab. How important was all the community stuff you do to retain your sanity? How does that give you perspective?
I wouldn't say it was important to retain my sanity. I think it would have been important to me regardless. I think even if I was healthy, it would have been just as important. But I'm nonetheless very fortunate to have had that. I think it definitely helped maintain my sanity in a way. Cy and Michelle and Maddie have been amazing, and even Kaylee. That's our community relations team. They were very supportive from the moment I came back, and to be able to immerse myself in something that wasn't football when I wasn't able to, it meant the world to me, honestly.
Curtis, this franchise has struggled on special teams for a couple of years now, but Boyer seems like he's got a real different vibe. Talk to us a little bit about him and what his addition has been like and what the plan is on special teams this year.
Yeah, Boyer's great. I've loved being able to learn from him in the short time that he's been here. He's a former player. Same with Colt. So it's always fun to have that in the room to learn from and just hear about his experience when he played. And he brings a good energy to the room. I think a lot of guys are really excited to play for him and behind him. And I think, for us, it's obviously an adjustment process going from one coach to another. But I think he, again, like I talked about with mindset, he has a great mindset and has a really good set of leadership skills. So I think, obviously, as we get into the season, it'll be really interesting to see how we progress as a unit and come together. But so far, I'm liking it a lot.
Jake, that you leveled today? Practice.
You talking about on the flat route? Yeah, I already had to have a conversation with him. I felt bad.
Is it just you're so eager and so fired up to go? Is it?
Yeah, I mean those are moments where I got to be a better pro in practice. Honestly, you got to know when you can stay up. You should stay up, and I got just a little ahead of myself. I already told him that. Obviously, sorries don't fix stuff like that, but again, that's the type of stuff you got to show in a game, not practice.
It was pretty fun for us to watch Martin fly around in that second game. You play his position. What's it like for you to watch him do his thing?
It's awesome. We're actually signed to the same agency, so I got to watch his tape. My agent sent some stuff over before, and his college stuff was crazy. But it's cool to see him kind of start to play faster as he picks up stuff mentally. But as you guys can see, he's a physical freak. It's pretty cool to see when he puts body on body out there, and I think he's only going to keep getting better as he has more time in the system. But not just myself. I think everyone on this team is really excited to see him continue to grow for sure.
Guys that have missed time because of injuries during this camp, and there's a huge list, and none of them are really bad that they're going to be out for the season, but they're still a jigsaw puzzle put together. How important is, on your side of the ball, Warner, on the other side, Kittle, in setting the tempo every day out here?
As important as almost anyone on this team, I would say. I think having guys like that on both sides of the ball not only serve as glue, but as kind of energizers for our team. There's dog days of camp where even if you have a full, healthy 90-man roster, there's certain days where you're going to go out there feeling a little sluggish, a little sorry for yourself. And I think it's really important to have guys on both sides of the ball like George, like Fred, who can really remind you why we're out here and really set the tone. You won't see a day where George and Fred aren't going 110 balls to the wall. And I think it's important for young guys to see that, but even veterans at times, there's times where you'll feel like the camp is dragging and you need to kind of get a little wake-up call. So it's really important to have them out there.
This might be an obvious thing, but with Boyer, him having played and been like a core special teams linebacker guy, like what is the benefit of that, or how does that translate to you guys?
There's a huge benefit. I think as a linebacker who has worked his way into becoming a core teamer myself, I have a lot to learn still. And knowing someone that did that in the prime of his career for almost 10 years, that's something that I can benefit from, not only myself, the rest of the linebackers, but even anyone else who wants to be a core teamer. He's done it, walked the walk, and now he can kind of teach us. Obviously, the game has evolved, but he's one of those guys that was out there doing it for his team as an ace. So I'd be a fool to not, sit in the chairs and listen to what he has to say as far as what he experienced.
Curious to know how big of a moment, obviously it's a preseason game, for Jake to, ice the game with the kick and then everybody to kind of crowd around him and everybody is excited and celebrating Jake on that play. Obviously, confidence was a problem for him last season. Just want to know if he's kind of expressed to you guys like how much his confidence has grown and how much that game may have kind of impacted that confidence.
Yeah, in all honesty, Moody is a man of few words. So even if he was feeling it, you probably wouldn't even hear it from him. But the whole team was really excited for him. Obviously, when you see someone going through something in a season or just in general, obviously it's tough for that player. I think kickers face more scrutiny than anybody. And so for him, I know it was probably a really big moment. And for us, being around him last year, it was really big for us to be able to see that. And like you said, it was a preseason game, but reps are reps. I think for him, the confidence is going to be huge going into the season. And I think also just from a personal level, it's probably really good for him.
Love you guys.
Thanks, guys.